Right. Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to your online class. This is, I think, fourth class, and we have discussed many topics in the last previous classes. So, we have discussed the charge, amount of the charge, electrical lines of force, electric flux density. Today, I am going to explain another topic. I want to explain two topics in this lesson. One of them is charge densities. Second one, force between the two charges. So, shall we start? Start testing. So, observe keenly. If you have a doubt, you can ask me immediately. Okay. So, boys and girls, today's topic is number one, charge density. So, charge, you know what is meant by charge, and density. What is this charge density? This is our first topic. Okay. In this topic, how charge is distributed for the given conductor. Now we speak about the conductors only because conductors only allow the electricity and the remaining two substances, insulators and semiconductors, they do not allow the current at room temperature. This is the reason why we use conductors in all electrical devices, for example, fuse wires, electrical wiring, and other electrical devices. In that, we use conductors only. So, if you observe a fuse wire, it's made of either aluminum or copper. Electricity can flow through them freely. So, now all metals are good conductors of electricity. So, if you observe, a metal can accept the electricity easily and we can give the electricity to the metal substances. In how many ways we can give or we can distribute the charge to the given metal substance? This is our topic. This is charge density. Here, in this topic, we are going to discuss how charge is distributed for the given conductor in three ways. Number one, on the line of the conductor, on a line. Number two, on the surface of the conductor. Number three, in the volume of the conductor. Here, conductor may be like a thin wire like copper wire, that is a fuse wire. It has some length. If you give the electricity or the charge settles along the line of the wire. This is called the distribution of the charge along the length of the wire. And if you have a conductor with a rectangular, circular disc or rectangular metal plate, what we use at our home for earthing, copper plate like that, or cylindrical shape, ball, spheres like that. They have both the surface and volume. Thin wires, copper wires, aluminum wires, like a bunch of very, very thin wires, they don't have volume and surface is also neglected. We consider the length only for wires, thin wires. For a cylinder and sphere, they have surface and volume. So, we can give the charge in three ways. One, along the line. Two, on the surface, 3 in the volume. We are going to discuss the charge distribution in 3 ways. So, I would like to explain the first type. We have taken one copper wire. This is the copper wire. So, it is a straight wire, thin wire, it has length only. So, total length of the wire here. This is the total length of the wire, we denote with L. And we give the charge on this wire. Charge is distributed here. So we distribute the charge on this wire. Q is the charge distributed on the wire. So at all points, the value of the charge is equal. So charge given to the conductor is Q on the length. This is the total charge. Then what is length of the wire? L. L is length of the wire. Then charge divided by length. So we have charge divided by length. This is called charge per unit length. Charge given per unit length. Unit means 1. So maybe in SI system or CGS system. Charge given per unit length. This is known as linear charge density. Linear means along the line. Gurtupettukondi. Linear means along the line. Linear charge density. Just nothing but charge divided by length. That's it. Charge by length is called linear charge density. So we have taken a conductor. On that conductor, we have given the charge here. So charge is distributed on the conductor and total length of the conductor is L. Charge divided by length is called linear charge density. It has the symbol. That symbol is denoted by lambda. Lambda is the symbol for linear charge density. Remember, all physical quantities have the symbols. So symbol for linear charge density is lambda equals to Q by L. So this is the symbol for charge density. Then we should write units also. Charge is measured in coulombs and this length is maybe measured in centimeters or meters, but coulomb is the SI unit, so it should be in meters. So coulomb per meter or coulomb meter to the power of -1. We can write. So this is linear charge density. Nothing but charge divided. Now, linear charge density lambda. Lambda is expressed in terms of integration. Integrations లో explain చేస్తాం మనం. Lambda equals to Q by L. This is the formula for linear charge density. But we express in terms of integration. How? So we have the conductor. This is the conductor. Total length of the conductor. This is total length of the conductor. We divide imagination only. We imagine that this conductor, length of the conductor is divided into small equal parts like a scale. On a scale, 1 centimeter equals to how many millimeters? 10 millimeters. Scale paina 12 centimeters ఉన్న scale paina 12 inches ఉన్న scale paina 15 centimeters ఉంటుంది. So the scale is divided into small equal parts. The minimum length equals to 1 millimeter. Like that, alaga. The total length is divided into small equal parts. Imagination only. And each length, distance between two divisions, this division. So this distance between two divisions. It's a small length denoted by dl. D stands for small value. D is the small value. Sometimes D stands for differentiation also. If you use the calculus, it is differentiation. So length of each small element equals to dl. Then total length must be expressed in terms of dl. How? We have to add how many dl's are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose length of each dl equals to 0.2. Then total length equals to 0.2 into 7. Like that, we have to express the length, total length in terms of dl. dl లో మనం ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయాలి. So it should be equals to integration. L equals to integral dl here. So L value is here. This is expressed in terms of dl. Total length L is here calculated by integrating dl. This is called a linear integration. This is linear integration. We substitute this value L, which is equals to integral dl, the value integral dl in this formula. ఈ ఫార్ములాలో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. Then length L equals to integral dl is substituted here. అక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేశాను. అక్కడ సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసినప్పుడు what you will have here? So you will have this value here L equals to integral dl. So I will substitute this integral value in this equation for lambda. Then lambda equals to q charge divided by L. Instead of L, I will substitute integral dl. So integral dl. This is linear integration in terms of length. So lambda equals to q divided by integral dl. Now I will write q. q ని డ్రా చేస్తాను. q ని డ్రా చేసినప్పుడు so q can be written in terms of lambda. Then q equals to this value. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చింది. క్రాస్ మల్టిప్లై చేయండి. Lambda integral dl. So this is linear charge density. Q is written in terms of linear charge density. Just to remember, linear charge density lambda equals to Q by L. Then total length is divided into small equal parts. Each length equals to dl. Then length L equals to integral dl. We substitute this integration value here in lambda. Then lambda equals to q divided by integral dl. Or here q equals to lambda integral dl. This is linear charge density here. So this linear charge density. The same topic is surface integration. Surface charge density. Charge is distributed on the surface. So surface charge density. And we consider the surface area. I told you small thin wires, they do not have the surface area. Their area is negligible. But for conductors like a cylinder, sphere, rectangular plates, metal disc like, they have surface area. So for sphere, surface area is 4 pi r square. Surface area of the sphere, this is total area, surface area of the sphere. And for the cylinder, this is 2 pi r l is the cylinder surface area. And if it is a rectangular plate, surface area equals to length multiplied by width. So surface area is calculated for regular closed surfaces. I repeat once again, closed surfaces. What is meant by a closed surface? A surface which can have the boundaries like cylinder, sphere, metal plate, like that. And if you take a wide length, just draw a line. The two ends are open like this. If you draw a line like this, these two ends are open. So this is open surface. And we could not calculate the charge on this open surface. So we calculate the charge distribution for closed surfaces only. For closed surfaces, these are the examples: sphere, cylinder, rectangular metal plate, or a disc, like that. So for them, we have to distribute the charge. How do we distribute the charge? Now I'll going to explain this one. Now we consider a cylinder. Suppose, so this is the cylinder, cylindrical surface. Or you can take a rectangular metal plate, or a square, or a sphere, like that. All these are having the surfaces. Now, for the given conductor, total surface area we denote with A, total surface area. And the charge is given, this is C. So this is area, total area, and this is the charge. And now, surface charge density, charge divided by area. Total charge, sorry, charge is denoted by Q. I'm so sorry. Charge, we denote charge with Q, and here also Q. Q divided by A. Surface charge density. So this is surface charge density. Surface charge density has the symbol sigma. This is. There in linear charge density has the symbol lambda. This is surface charge density denoted by the symbol sigma. So sigma equals to charge divided by total surface area. So charge by area equals to sigma. Now I will write charge. Charge in terms of sigma, just cross multiply. Just when you cross multiply this one, you will have charge equals to, cross multiply these two, sigma into A. So this is charge in terms of sigma. Sigma is surface charge density. A, total surface area. Again we use the integration. Again we use the integration for area. In previous topic, linear charge density, the integration is used for length. Length is integrated. Now here the area is integrated. For that, I will consider I will consider a metal surface. which is in a rectangular shape. So this is the metal surface which is in a rectangular or square shape. I divide this metal shape plate. Imagine this is divided into small equal parts like this. Each part, each part is very small. It has small area denoted by ds. This is also small area denoted by ds. And this is total area of the plate. Then total area of the plate A equals to surface integral. Surface means length multiplied by width. So it has two integrations. Surface integral ds. So A equals to surface integral, we can write a closed symbol ds. This is surface area in terms of integration. Total surface of the given conductor equals to integral, surface integral or closed integral of ds. We divide the total surface into small and equal parts, and then each part is denoted by ds, and then each ds is integrated. We have the double integration. So you can use a double integration or you can use this symbol like this. Both are surface integrations only. So we use this in charge density here. So if you use that in charge density, you will have here in the previous one is here Q equals to sigma charge density, surface charge density into A. Instead of A, I use this integral ds. Q equals to sigma surface integral ds. This is the equation for charge density on the surface area. So, surface charge density is the charge divided by ratio of the charge to the total surface area. This is about the charge density. So far, we have discussed charge densities on the line and charge densities in the surface, closed surface. So, closed surface, here we can take any metal plate, metal sphere or metal cylinder, a disc like that. So totally we have discussed two topics only. One, lambda, charge density on the line, linear charge density, Q divided by integral dl, and sigma, surface charge density, Q divided by surface integral ds. These two are today's topic here. So this is about the charge densities on line and charge